Good protection. Pass into traffic is hauled in. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Minute and a half left in the quarter. Little trickery here. Back it goes to Jones. Then to McCaffrey. Has some blocking. McCaffrey gets taken down to the 30-yard line of this drive. It started back at their own 9-yard line. Jones. Pass is caught. Robinson. Toss here. McCaffrey. Can he get in? Close to the one.
Right now they're executing, playing good football.
Been a 16-minute beatdown. And the pass is caught by McCaffrey for the touchdown. And plenty of 49er fans are here tonight. They travel well, and they're ecstatic.
Has been everywhere tonight, as we expected. Line him up here as a slot receiver. Look at this move and route. Takes so much pride in his route running. And again, a perfectly thrown football matched up man-to-man against a linebacker. They'll take that all day. Cannot say enough about the preparation on a short week with this team with a lot of backups, but one thing you knew, number 10 would be looking for 23, handing it off and throwing it to him. He already has 68 total yards and a touchdown, and we're just about at, a minute 15 into the second quarter.
Good morning. Welcome to the Athletics Podcast. It is a beautiful sunny day out today. We are here live and ready for this Saturday morning. This morning is been cold, but a little cold. You know, watch out for some deer. Anyway, so this Thursday, 49ers and Rams faced off in a battle of rivalry. 49ers win it in overtime 26-23. Mac Jones, backup quarterback. Honestly, I thought Mac Jones was going to perform pretty poorly, but he did a lot better than I expected. 33 for 49, 342 yards, and 2 touchdowns. What an amazing performance from Mac Jones on his season debut. Matthew Stafford also did well. 30 for 47, 389 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But in the end, like I said, 49ers are now 4-1, standing at the top of the West, dropping the Rams to 3-2. I gotta say, what an impressive game overall. Good overtime, matchup. Definitely something you don't see in Thursday night games all too often. So it's always a pleasure, always a great time to see anything really of that true nature. So great work and great job to the 49ers for their win. Going down the list for this week, we've got the Vikings and Browns facing off in the international game of London. In London, 9:30 here in Vermont time at least. It is 9:30 a.m. Then proceeding on to the 1 o'clock game, starting off with the Cowboys and the Jets. I expect the Cowboys to win that game, but hey, don't sleep on Justin Fields. I think offensively, he's still doing well. I think the Jets offensively are doing well. They're just not winning their games. They're just not winning. Giants and Saints. I expect, honestly, the Giants. The Giants are technically 1-3, but they're both. This is like probably the worst game you're gonna see all week. This shit is ass. Straight. This is straight ass. Raiders and Colts at 1 o'clock. Colts have been on a hot streak with Daniel Jones acting like he's the new MVP or some shit. He woke up one day and said, hey, I want to keep my job. So, but I got to say, though, Daniel Jones has really, really outperformed almost everybody so far coming into the season so far. And yet he was terrible on the Giants leading up to all this. So what he did in the offseason, I don't know. Maybe it was the team. There's a lot of questions. Was it the team? Yeah. Anyway, Broncos and Eagles, 1 o'clock game. Broncos, I mean, defense is looking tough on the Broncos. Honestly, I think the Broncos could upset the Eagles and stop their undefeated streak, but I don't know. Eagles 4-0, they're killing it. They're cleaning house, and they've played against really good teams. So I don't know. I think the Eagles have a very strong case of making the Super Bowl again. But who knows though? I don't know. I don't know if the Eagles are gonna win it all. I don't feel confident that they're gonna win it all, but they look really good. I skipped over accidentally the Dolphins and Panthers. I don't even think I have to explain that one. Honestly, that game could be a draw, kind of like the Cowboys and Packers game. It's nothing much to say there. Texans and Ravens. Ravens, honestly, aren't looking terrible. I mean, 1-3 is not a great start, but Ravens, honestly, I think can win this. They could be 2-3. I mean, it's still early in the season to really say what teams are bad. I mean, if you're 0-4 right now, you might as well put your jerseys up. If your team's 0-4 or 1-3, 1-4, I mean, it might be time to put up the jerseys, but we'll see. Titans and Cardinals. I mean, if you're a Titans fan, yeah, hang up the jersey, because if you guys lose to the Cardinals, oof. Cardinals is kind of ass, but hey, 2-2, Cardinals. Following up the Cardinals, we have the Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's going to be a tough game for Seattle for sure. Buccaneers have a great offense this year, really good. Baker Mayfield's doing his thing. But hey, let's not sleep on the Seahawks. Sam Darnold has an amazing passing rate right now in terms of stats, and he's just all around. He's doing actually better than he did with the Vikings in Seattle. He's already having a better season so far. So I expect to see Sam Darnold continuing that. Lions and Bengals. Lions are I don't see why the Lions can't win that game. 3-1. Lions are still a dominant team. They were, coming out of nowhere, honestly. Detroit's been pretty bad up until now, I would say. Lions, though, right now have a really good team. Dan Campbell, all those guys are doing work. They're doing God's work for sure. If you're a Detroit fan, you probably are praying for Dan Campbell. Commanders and Chargers. I mean, I think the Chargers are still really good. They lost. They had an upset from the Giants. The Giants upsetted them. So I mean, Chargers I still think are a really good team. I don't think this is exactly I don't think that game means nothing. I don't know, but I mean, Commanders are also really good this year too. So I mean, this game for the Chargers is important. If they really can win this game, then they can definitely they could, I guess, put themselves in a category where they're definitely doing okay. But yeah, Chargers are looking good though. 3-1. Patriots and Bills. I mean, as much as I really am rooting for the Patriots as an underdog team this year, I just don't think they're gonna stop the Bills' hot streak of 4-0 right now. So Bills are gonna, I'm not gonna say much. I just think the Bills are gonna win that game. But hey, Patriots honestly though could do it. I mean, they had a massive game against the Cardinals, or not the Cardinals, sorry, the Panthers, South Carolina. And so I think with that being said, I think that they could make the upset possible. But I think Josh Allen and that Bills-led offense is just too strong. And so no, I think the Bills still got this game, but hey, we will see how it goes. And to finish it off with our Monday night game, actually this one I actually will tune into because this will be interesting. Jacksonville and Kansas City Chiefs. Jacksonville is also just like Detroit. They're 3-1, shockingly. But hey, Trevor Lawrence and Travis Hunter are really a great duo right now, passing-wise, both doing well. Also, that defense is standing up a lot better than I would have expected, so I think that the Chiefs and Jaguars, game will be definitely something worth watching, worth paying attention to, worth sitting around for, and just being here for. And so with that being said, we are going to wrap up the games. So like I said let's get locked in for tomorrow night's games, all starting at 9:30 in the morning with the Vikings and Browns, ending on Monday with the Chiefs and Jags. And honestly, it looks like a good week. I mean, matchups look pretty evenly, which I like. The shit teams are kind of playing the shit teams. So, for example, like the Dolphins and Panthers game, I mean, that could be literally anybody's game. Honestly, they both suck. So we'll see how that goes. And with that being said, though, I think a topic we really need to talk about, speaking of the NFL, is our recently announced Super Bowl halftime-y. Bad Bunny, Latina Puerto Rican rapper / pop star. I don't really exactly know where to categorize him as a person. Well, not a person, but more like I don't know where to categorize his music. It's obviously Puerto Rican, Latino, like a lot of like dance music for sure, but he also goes from dance music to like soft melodic music. So it's really hard to really put a finger on where he sits in terms of the music world, but definitely a very big phenomenon in Puerto Rico. But as everybody who's got a some kind of news outlet knows, that right now he's not exactly a popular face right now, and for reasons that are silly, I would say. I mean, it's everybody's opinion, but for starters, I'd say, threatening the poor guy by saying you're going to send ICE to come detain him after his performance is a little very bizarre. Very bizarre. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. Maybe people can tell me how they feel about it. I have 50-50 about this. I think personally, I think it's cool that we're finally, after all these years, we're getting like someone of a Latin descent to be a headliner, which I think is kind of cool. But everybody obviously has opinions about how they feel about it. So, yeah, it breaks people together a lot of swag. What does that mean? It breaks people together a lot of swag. Bringing people together. Yes, I agree. Yes, I personally think that Bad Bunny's performance I would say it will be historical, because simply based off the fact that it's gonna make some people uncomfortable. It's gonna make some people uncomfortable, which Bad Bunny made in his statement, saying, if you find my music, the way I speak, you find that if my music's in a different language, like if you find that weird and bizarre, then there is a perfect reason why I need to be here and why I need to make this performance. Which I gotta give it to him. He's right, though. It's like, if people are really as much as I agree there could have been, personally, as a rock fan, I thought Metallica would have been perfect strictly because of their hometown of San Francisco. So I would have loved to see Metallica, even if Metallica even showed up, like maybe Bad Bunny could totally get Metallica to just come and do some kind of like, maybe Bad Bunny could do like a cover with them, like just one song, like that would be pretty cool. Or hell, if Metallica could get like a halftime commercial, that would be pretty sick too. So I personally would love to see some involvement with Metallica just because of their home of San Francisco, California. But again, though, Bad Bunny being here isn't something that we should see as like I personally don't like the fact that we're viewing Bad Bunny being here as like it's a threat. Like for starters, the guy's short. I gotta say, Bad Bunny is a short guy for starters. What is some small little Puerto Rican guy supposed to do besides have a good time and throw like a borderline party? Which honestly, I don't see I guess I don't personally see the issue. I guess that's what I'm saying is I don't see the issue. I don't see why this is harming people, why people are literally like losing sleep. There's no reason why you need to lose sleep over this. Like, he's a big deal, not just in, like, I would say he's somewhat of a big deal here in America, but he's a huge sensation internationally. And so it's one of those things, kind of like K-pop, for example, Korean music. There are so many big Korean pop groups that come to America sometimes and perform, and some people don't get it, but a lot of people do get it because, again, it's like it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be exactly American to perform here because, to be fair, we have, as of the last, decade or so, we've had so many international players in sports in general, international, hell, the Vikings are going to London tomorrow. They're going to London tomorrow. The Steelers were just in Germany. We, as Americans, we go places, but we get scared when other places come to us, which I get it, but I also think that getting mad at Bad Bunny is just silly. Because at the end of the day, you got to also remember is that the Super Bowl halftime is, for the most part, is picked by the actual players. That's right. The actual NFL players themselves get to have a poll/vote on who they want to see at the Super Bowl halftime. So a lot of the reason why Bad Bunny is gonna be here is because a lot of your favorite players wanted him to be here. And so with that being said, it's not even just because I'm pretty sure there's a penalty. I think you can, well, not a penalty, but I'm pretty sure as a performer, if you try to deny the Super Bowl as well, it just not only looks bad on you, but it also affects your relationship with, all these big names. And so for Bad Bunny, him doing this, he said it himself, which is somewhat true, is that financially this isn't really going to do much for him, but he's doing it more as a statement because he wants to see change. And I don't exactly blame him for not only taking the amazing opportunity. Not only is it historical, but it's an amazing opportunity for the guy. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Yeah, he'll have other artists, agreed. He'll have other people there. It won't be just him. It's gonna be a bunch of people. Exactly, yes. Yes. I see a comment. Puerto Ricans are part of the United States of America, and Spanish is the second language in America. Correct. Yeah. I mean, there are so many languages at this point now in America where I wouldn't say Spanish is exactly, I wouldn't exactly say second language, but it's hard to really say what exactly because to be fair, it's what exactly is an American accent, or what is exactly American besides, Southern country cowboy world, cowboy life, So for me, it's I look at it as, yeah, sure. I would say Spanish is definitely a high American language. It's very common. Same with, I would say, we're starting to get a lot of Asian culture in America too. We're seeing people speaking Vietnamese. We're seeing people speaking Mandarin. We're seeing people speak, language is starting to become very diverse in America for sure. But yeah, saying Spanish is a second language isn't exactly, it's not far off. It's not far off. I won't argue that. It's not far off. That would be sick. Yeah, going back to the Metallica concerts would be sick. I think, like I said, I think Metallica making some kind of showing of some kind, whether it's a commercial or even pulling up to play a song, would be pretty cool. Just because I would say Metallica is a pretty big American band. I would say they're a very huge deal here in America. When you go to school, they teach Spanish, right? Well, actually, for your information, they teach French, Canadian, Spanish, Japanese, American. American schools actually give you opportunities to explore other languages. So, I mean, yes, Spanish is technically a class you have to take. But to be fair, I graduated 5 years ago at this point. So for me, I wouldn't know. I haven't been to school since basically COVID. I haven't been to school since then. So I don't know what's changed since COVID in terms of what's required. But for me, for example, when I was in high school, we had to do Spanish for at least a year. But then when you were done with Spanish, you could go anywhere. You only were required to at least spend 6 months to 1 year in Spanish. And then from there, you can pretty much, you have the free choice to learn any language you'd like. So, yes and no. In California, they teach both. Yeah. Like I said, in most states, they require at least 1 year of Spanish, which makes sense. But again, it's like you now in school have the choice to learn other languages. So you don't have to learn Spanish. It's not anymore. It's not a requirement anymore. It used to be, but not as much as it used to be. But yeah, either way though, going back to the topic though, so Bad Bunny though being here is going to be cool. I think it's going to be cool. I think it will be nice. He's got some funky, fun music. I don't personally know a lot of his music. I've heard a good chunk of his music though, but I just don't know his music personally. But as someone who doesn't know his music personally but has heard of him, I'm interested to see what he does. As a fan of Super Bowl in general, I'm more interested to see like the choreography, the stage performance, the actual like stage itself. Like, what is he planning to do? What is he gonna do? Because you can do anything. The Super Bowl is pretty creative. Like they give those artists so much creativity, like so much free roam. And so they do like The Weeknd, for example. He did that shit where he went into that little structure they made and it was all the lights and he took the camera and was just spinning. And it was cool, but it also, like, for some people like me, it made me a little dizzy. But it was cool because it's something you don't normally see. So again, I'm curious to see what Bad Bunny does that's different. Like, what does he do? What will he do differently? It'll be cool to see what he does differently. Yeah. I'm looking at a comment, and I think I'm just gonna look at it for a minute. Nope. I'm not answering that one. Yeah, I think he's gonna rock it though. I think he is gonna rock it. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Either way though, like I said, I think it's gonna be really a good thing. I just think the whole idea of ICE showing up is like the whole idea of threatening him like that makes us as Americans look bad, because we are showing other countries that because some Latino man wants to be a headliner for an American sport, we're going to turn it into something that doesn't need to be. And so if anything, that just shows other countries, and that just gives other countries more reasons to make fun of us. It just gives them more reasons to, look down on us and make fun of us, because we are showing, we're showing countries that we get mad over simply someone who got picked, by the way, hand-picked to come here, and because it's not exactly how we want it, we're going to cause borderline riots, borderline mayhem. And so it's like, I don't think that's necessary. I really don't. Someone that I want to show here real quick, whose opinion I agree with a little bit. This is, as everybody knows, this is analyst, all-time legend, in my opinion, Stephen A. Smith. He's going to talk here. I'm going to show this briefly about his opinion on the situation, because I agree with him.
On the NFL's parade, there's got to be an angle to this. There's got to be an angle to this. I'm going to say it. I don't know about anybody else. I'm going to say this BS. Seriously. Super Bowl Sunday, where everybody and their mother is going to be in front of their television sets at sports bars and beyond. Certainly at the Super Bowl location, you're going to deploy ICE agents. By the way, it's going to be in California. who's already sued the Trump administration for ICE agents being there, for the National Guard being there, for the U.S. Marines being deployed there, supposedly to protect federal property. You got Gavin Newsom, the governor of California.
He's trying to convince me.
That. Let me fix that. All right. So, like I said, though, I agree with him. It's like, for starters, California, you know, like, you're, like, because to be fair, like, he made a good point. It's like, you know, the Trump administration is fighting with California, at least has been fighting with California for at least a year, roughly. I'd say a year. And so it's like, you're gonna, deploy. Yeah, I still stand behind. I still stand with Stephen A. said. It's like, you're gonna deploy a bunch of like Marines and a bunch of military people all to simply because you're worried about some Puerto Rican artist doing what though? Like what? I guess I don't understand what exactly. Why it's this way. I really don't get it. I don't get it. I guess it's stupid. For me, I think it's stupid. I don't get it. I think that at the end of the day, to be fair, it's like we've had like colored artists headlining this for years now. I mean, shit. Prince was a fucking Super Bowl sensation, and yet nobody's crying about Prince being there. But because Bad Bunny looks and is from like a Latino country, but again, keep in mind, it's Puerto Rico. It's technically American soil. It's not exactly American soil, but it is territorially owned by America. So it's like you're essentially, if you think about it really deep enough, it's essentially Americans fighting with other Americans. If you really just think about it for a moment, it's like it's Americans just fighting Americans, all because what though? Like what exactly does ICE and I would say I don't know. I'd say Trump because it seems like Trump himself isn't on board with the idea either, and so it's like. I guess I, as an everyday person, I don't really get why this needs to be such a problem, but it is. And it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous, and I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. That is true. Jay-Z himself actually was one of the runner-ups to potentially make the halftime show. He actually was one of the people that possibly was going to be here. But yeah, with that being said, though, I think it's best to talk about my final topic of the evening. And that is everybody's favorite, the MLB. Who doesn't love some baseball? Good old-fashioned baseball. Seriously, though, baseball is actually heating up right now. We are in the playoffs for anybody who's out of the picture right now. We finished up as of a week ago. We finished up the official season. So the big topics right now are the Red Sox and the Yankees game, which Yankees last night got that W. Well, not last night, Thursday. They got the W, and so Yankees flawless 4-0. Boston is down 1-2. Yankees up 2-1. Red Sox fans, don't freak out now. Y'all, it's funny because it's funny because as much as I love the Red Sox and people who are Red Sox fans, I think it's hilarious how you guys won the first game, literally won the first game, and like I saw so many tweets and like Instagram posts being like, we're gonna shit on the Yankees for another series, and now you've lost the last 2 games in a row. So I don't know. I think a lot of Red Sox fans got a little too excited because right now they are not in the driver's seat. Yankees like I said, up 4-0. Where's everybody's favorite? Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge didn't get a home run at all, but he got 3 good hits in. So Aaron Judge was there. I think the standout player looks to be Giancarlo Stanton. Giancarlo Stanton, 3 hits, 1 run, home run, and a bat. So got to give it to him for today's performance. He definitely was, I would say, the game's MVP. Did himself a solid with that move. Oh, it's over. Oh yeah, I forgot. I keep forgetting that baseball is a best is it best of 3? Can someone explain that to me? I'm not the best with baseball in terms of like the playoffs. It's best of 3? Is that what it is? It is best of 3? They're not playing no more. The Yankees are playing Toronto Blue Jays. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. I honestly didn't know that. I thought it was like a best of 4. I assumed it was like whichever team was 3-1 first. Yep, no, I see it. You're right. Yep. Today, actually, at 4 p.m., actually. Yankees and Blue Jays game 1. That will also be a good one because, well, that actually will, again, this was another this is another rivalry because Blue Jays took the division, but Yankees and the Blue Jays tied this season officially for the record. They tied the record of, they both were the same record. And that was 94 and 68. Which Red Sox trailed behind by about 5 games. But yeah, so, sorry, Boston. Sorry, guys. See you later. That sucks, though. I mean, that sucks for the Red Sox fans. I didn't know that. I thought it was first team to get 3 wins. I thought it was like best of 5 kind of thing. But hey, not everybody's right. But in all seriousness, though, let's go back over. Besides, obviously, that's happening. Detroit Tigers are playing the Mariners. Mariners, Seattle Mariners, and Tigers. LA Dodgers, and Phillies. And then we got the Cubs and the Brewers. Milwaukee. Gotta actually give Milwaukee some credit. Milwaukee, as of the last 2 years, has came out of nowhere because the Cubs have somewhat established themselves since they broke the curse. They broke their curse of 50 years. So Cubs have been, being a little consistent. Brewers, though, definitely a team we haven't seen in the last few years. Phillies also, I think they were pretty decent last year too. No? Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought Phillies were pretty good last year too. Dodgers, no surprise there. They're a borderline super team. Holy crap! Like, how do you not be good in the LA Dodgers, dude? Y'all be buying everything. Yeah. Hey, I'm saying though, if the Yankees can beat the Blue Jays, maybe we'll see a rematch. Maybe we'll see a series rematch of last year. Maybe the Yankees will be able to beat the Dodgers this time. Who knows? We'll see. But hey, Yankees, like I said, Yankees are looking good. Coming off of 4-0 against the Red Sox in the last game. So, let's go Yankees. But besides the Yankees, though, I would say, with that being said, I do have, actually, local news, or not local news. News that I do want to talk about before I head off today. We're going to wrap it up here in a second, so, don't be freaking out. We're almost done. My co-host, JD, has already talked about this one, but Sean Diddy Combs only getting 4 years. 4 years for all of, so they're even after everything has pretty much been out in the open, we know everything, yet he's being only charged strictly for his prostitution-related charges, which is ridiculous because there is more. There's so much evidence that there is more than just prostitution. It's more. It's sinister. It's more than that. And on top of that, whoever Diddy's lawyer is must be the same guy that saved O.J. Simpson, because what the hell? Like, why 4 years? Why only 4? I feel like that's so little for someone. Like, is it wrong to say, I have a good old friend who told me this, and I agree with him. Is it far to say that Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein, at least in terms of what the things they've done, are not too far off? I mean, obviously, Sean, I don't know if Sean's ever interacted with minors, but still though, the shit he's done is just, it's just as bad. It's up there. It's just as bad. It's not good. It's not good. So I guess that's my final thing I just wanted to talk about briefly, is I wanted to just simply say that I think that Sean getting only 4 years is a bit ridiculous. That's because let's be real, they're going to give him like probation after 3 years. So in reality, he's only going to be in prison for maybe 3 years. Now, my question I'd like to ask, though, is my final thought, I guess, is what is going to be the consequences for Diddy after he gets out of prison? Like, is he going to be on a certain time of parole? What does that look like? Because I'm telling you right now, I don't like the idea of someone like him being able to just casually roam free after the shit he's done, after the years of torment he's put on people, the years of just disgust, like a disgusting human being. Like, what does the government plan to, like, in general, like I would consider him a borderline, like he's up there. He's a high-end criminal, in my opinion. He should be considered of someone of danger and someone that shouldn't be allowed to just casually roam free afterwards. I just don't think that should be allowed. But with that being said, though, I hope you guys enjoyed today's topics. I hope you guys are super excited like I am for tomorrow's games. Next week we won't talk as much about this stuff. We'll focus on the games. I just thought I would talk about the, Bad Bunny situation. Was, it's a big deal. It's the Super Bowl. We're talking about the Super Bowl. So gotta talk about it. It's in my field. I've got to talk about it. So with that being said, though, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed your time here just as much as I did. Enjoy your Saturday. It's beautiful. Get outside while you can, while we've got this beautiful weather. It only lasts for so long. And so with that being said, thank you so much. Have a great day. This has been the Athletics Podcast, and I will see you again next time. Thank you, everybody.